Today we're going to be doing 2 by 2 digit long multiplication. Now for those of you that struggle with the mental math component of multiplication, this method, although longer, will be much easier for you to complete 2 by 2 digit multiplications. So here we have 47 times 86. Now in the previous long division or long multiplication lesson of 3 by 1 multiplication, we're almost going to be doing the exact same thing. So the first thing that we're going to do is going to be taking these numbers into expanded form. An expanded form for 47 is 40 plus 7. So our 7 is our digit in the ones column and 40 is in the tens column. So that 4 represents 40, the 7 is 7. Now the difference between a 2 by 2 and a 3 by 1 is we also need to expand the bottom multiplication. So this is going to be 80 plus 6. Alright, and this is going to be very, very important to remember. Now, when we're doing 2 by 2 digit multiplication, we're going to start the same way as you would do a 2 by 1 multiplication. So we're going to start with 47 times 6. We're going to forget about the 8 now. So when doing it, we always work from right to left. So over here, we're going to start with 6 times 7. And if you remember, 6 times 7 is the digits in the ones column. So 6 times 7, we're simply going to write down what 6 times 7 is, and that is 42. Now we're going to go a little bit lower, just below the 42, and we're going to deal with the next question, which is 6 times 40. So we have to multiply the 6 twice, and then we have to use both of the top numbers. First we did 7, and now we're doing 6 times 4, but that 4 really means 40. Now whenever we multiply a number and it has a 0 at the back, we automatically know that there's going to be a 0 at the back of the answer. So we have 6 times 40. We have our 0. Now we could simply do 6 times 4, and that's going to be 24. And we could write down that answer. So you can see that we're taking out the mental math aspect. So now we're done with the 6. The 6 has been dealt with out of the 86. Now we have to deal with this 8. And this 8, if you remember, actually equals 80. So we're going to be multiplying the top numbers once again by 80. So automatically there's going to be a 0 in there. Now once again we work from right to left. So this time we have 80 and we have to go back to the top and we're going to be multiplying by 7. So we have 80 times 7. Since there's a 0 in the 80, we know that there's going to be a 0 at the back of our answer. And now we can do 8 times 7, which is 56. And we just need to write down our 56. Now we have one final step, and we have to multiply the 80 one last time. And this time, we have to multiply it by the 4. But the 4 is actually 40. So we're going to be multiplying 80 times 40. And since there are 2 zeros in this question, we know that there's going to be 2 zeros at the back of our answer. And now we can do 8 times 4. And 8 times 4 is 32. And we could place that answer right there. Now, just like the other multiplications, we have to add it all up. So we go now 2 plus 0, 0, 0, 0, and that is 2. Then we have 4 plus 4 plus 6, which is 16, or sorry, 14. Carry the 1. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 5 is 8, plus 2 is 10. Carry the 1, and 1 plus 3 is 4. And we have a final answer of 4,042. Now, in order to make this a little easier, we can skip a few steps. So if you like doing all steps and writing out 6 times 7, and the 6 times 40, and the 80 times 7, and the 80 times 40, by all means you could go ahead and do that. But you could start this off as a pattern with 4 steps. So let's just rewrite this question. And we're going to do it just a little bit faster. So we have 47 times 86. Now, you could space things out automatically. You could have your blank, then you could write a 0, 0, and a double 0 to get you started. Now you could do this mentally. So we're going to go up first. 6 times 7 is 42. Make sure that everything's aligned. Then we go 6 times 4 is 24. Then we're going to cross and we go 8 times 7 is 56. And then we go up again and the 8 times 4 is 32. Now we add it all up and we will have our same answer of 4,042. So if you remember the pattern that the first row is going to be blank with no zeros, then the next 2 rows is going to have 2 zeros at the back, or 1 0 at the back, and the final one is going to have 2 zeros at the back, and you'll be fine with your 2 by 2 digit multiplication.